you are trying very hard and you are working very smart and you are working every single day, pushing yourself and writing your goals, and you are waking up early, you push yourself, you stick to a routine, you have morning routines, you have a specific time to do meditation, sleep, and you are working very hard, and you're working smarter, and you are thinking like you are improving. One day you feel stuck and you feel like, I don't want to do anything, and this is a time, you improve, so today I'm here to explain to you the idea of don't try, by Charles Bukowski. His idea is that, in his grave you can see, he's a famous writer, so you can go watch his, I will link down below, uh a movie, sorry, a story, it's really, crazy, that story, if you see that, you can understand how his level is, so I'm here to tell the idea on, I forget about that name, when I'm editing this video I will share this name, you can go watch in the YouTube, so it's really crazy, the story is about, like, I'm not telling the story, so it's spoiled, so I'm about to tell the idea of don't try, so why, don't try. So don't try means don't try everything, if you're trying something, go all the way to end, if you're starting something, go all the way to end, you need to show your endurance, something happened to you, don't stop, something that happened to you, anything can happen, but anything can happen, and don't stop and go all the way end. So if you started, that's a one idea. And so most of the people take that idea and don't, they start doing something, but they forget about the last thing, so let's talk about story, so let's say John, let's introduce our character, John tried to, you know John is working very hard, and he's doing, most of the people start from this, so he's doing a degree, and he's working as, he's learning something new, he's doing something, he's doing sports, and he's doing a lot of things, and his life he's doing a lot of things, and one day he come across the idea of don't try, and in that, uh, he understand that, I want to focus on one thing, and he need to minimize, and he need to focus on one thing, and he need to get all the way to end. At the first he was just starting out and not doing anything, so, and he's living like that, then he started to decide on doing one thing, so he decided to focus fully on one thing, it's writing, so, and he started to do the writing for 6 months. Then after the 6 months, so that routine, at the first I said about, he's working very harder, and that John did the same thing, work very harder, and have morning routines, discipline, lot of things he had, for the 6 months. Then he started to notice he's not getting anywhere. Then he missed one point, in the idea of don't try. So don't expect something, don't expect. So you gotta do is just writing. Don't try to be a world class or world famous writer. Try to be the writer, try to write every single piece, so write the thing, complete it, if you start, just write, do for the writing, don't do for the result. So that's it, that's a simple idea. So don't try. So most of the people only take the first, it's don't try everything, and if you are starting, go all the way, but they forget about to mention, they forget about to take this, don't try to be something, you know just do it for the sake of doing it, just do it. If you're a writer, just write, don't need to expect anything. That's a clear idea, everybody forget about that, so you can also use this idea into your life. So if you are trying to be a YouTuber, for me as a YouTuber, trying to be a YouTuber, I don't want to expect to, you know be like a Mr. Beast, or I don't want to be like that. I want to make videos. That's the thing. So for me, I will improve my quality of my videos, but from now I'm just focusing on making videos and getting out of my procrastination and my judgment. I want to get out of that. So I'm just making the videos, no more than that. So that's it. uh, and I'm doing my work. I'm just making videos. I don't expect to be like, same way you gotta do is when you are trying to make a film, or writing a film script. You just want to write the script. You don't want to make Avengers level, or Christopher Nolan level, or like that movies, Marvel. Or you want to focus on, just writing and just making them. If you are doing a business, don't try to be like, or try to be something that you are not. Just do the business. Just do the process. Do the thing. So it's very simple. So it's very simple, because doing a business is just making a product or selling it, and selling it, or taking or doing the trading. That's it. You don't need lot of things. You just want to do the business. The process is, it's doing the thing is the thing. Just do the thing. Writing, just write it. Don't expect anything, or go all the way to the end. That also, that to first idea, if you don't try everything, try, if you try something, go all the way to end. And also keep in mind the other thing too. If you don't expect, just do the thing. Write. Writing one page after, one word after another word, one sentence after another, and one paragraph after another, one page after another page, one book after another book. Write it like this. You don't need to expect to be. So when you know down your expectation, and you don't have any expectation, it feels good. Yeah, that's it. And that's the idea of don't try. Apply into your life. So I need to tell how you can apply into your life. So one of the first thing you can do is to go watch the video, of his story, in the YouTube. It's, or you can go watch it, and just go to the Google and understand, about the Charles Bukowski, how he lived. So, and another thing you can do, read his poem, one poem. Don't try. So just type in the Google. You will get a lot of poems. Read that poems, and think about it. And think about it, and look into his life. How he used to see. You can go watch. Same. Just do it. First you need to do. Then only this video will. Then only this video is implemented. Worth watching. So you just, if you watch this video, you got to do is to how to implement this. Try to implement this idea into your life. For that, I'm saying that just go watch the that story. Then go to Google and type in his name, and look into his poems, and you can read some stories. But you don't need that much. You only gotta only gotta do is to read his poem and try to understand that. So only that, by that, doing that and applying the idea, remember these two words, or this sentence, these two sentences, and write it anywhere, or so you will forget it. But implement, as in this motivation. You have a lot of motivation when you hear the idea at the first time. So try to implement it in within 2 or 3 days. And when you implement, if you forget, but the situation comes, you will use it automatically. So you don't want to remember it all over your life. It will automatically will come to you. So implement this idea in within 2 or 3 days. So that's it. Then if that works for you, then take it. Otherwise, leave the idea. So you don't want to marry, commit to a idea for lifelong. If it work for me, but it will not work for you. It's like workouts. So if some workouts don't work for you, or if some advices don't work for you, leave it and move to another next thing. move forward, so that's an idea, I made a video on workouts, so I can link it down below, in that. If you see that video too, you will get the basic idea and how you need to treat the improvements or self-improvement. It's not like a self-improvement, but it's also a self-improvement. But yo, if you want to implement this idea, you can implement, or if don't work, just leave it, don't push yourself, don't try, that's the idea. Don't try to be something, that you are not, don't try to implement the don't try into you. If that works for you, just be that, that's the idea. Don't try, yo.